Hi, my name is Jarod Hall, and I had the pleasure to do my green plan on a company that I happen to work for, my father's company, Hall Painting Inc. Give you a brief history of Hall Painting Inc. It was established in 1978 by Charles Hall, who is the owner, and also my father. They do their work primarily out of Pueblo, Colorado. Most of our stuff is commercial work, some industrial, some custom, semi-custom houses. Our main thing is new building though, houses. I am the project manager up north here in Denver, Colorado. We're trying to expand recently, and I live up here, and I've been trying to get us going up here. We currently have 2 contractors we're working for. Hopefully we'll get a couple more. Alright, I want to start, it's real important. I really felt it's important that we use green paints, something with low VOCs, and what VOC stands for is volatile organic compounds. And I'd really like to use VOCs for low VOC paints for every job. Like here it says, darker colors tend to have more VOCs. I was going to talk about VOC paint here for a little bit. With conventional paint, the kind you get, or if you forget to ask for something low VOC, is what makes it toxic. It doesn't want to stay in its solid form. They tend to be a gaseous state, so at the first chance it gets, it vaporizes. In the case of paint's vaporization, it's greatest during and right after application, but continues at lower levels for months. The gases mix with air, and it can have some side effects. Some are short term, some are long term. Here's some of the side effects right here: eye irritation, respiratory problems, headaches, loss of coordination, nausea, liver, kidney, and central nervous system damage. It's also been linked to cancer. So that's overexposure from high VOCs when the paint's drying or when you're applying it. Why you need VOCs in paint in the first place is it keeps all the other components together: pigment for the color, and a binder or resin to make the paint stick in a liquid solution long enough for the paint to be applied, then conventionally evaporate so the paint can dry. In other words, VOCs serve a necessary function, but they are not the only possible answer to the problem, as manufacturers have recently discovered or rediscovered, since paints have been made without VOCs throughout most of history. The upshot is nowadays that companies offer alternative low and no VOC formulas side by side with their conventional high VOC brands. And you don't need to look far to find them. Here's a chart showing how much VOCs is put off. Like for your basic top coat, your flat top coat you have there. This is in gallons and liters. Shouldn't exceed this right here. Keep in mind that low VOC is not clearly defined term. With some paints it means 49 grams to liters. I'm sorry, I was wrong there earlier. With VOCs, with others, 149 grams to a liter, the following limits, which were established by a non-profit group, Green Seal, as part of its GS11 environmental standard. We already have a lot of green concepts in place at Hall Painting. My parents are old hippies, so we've been recycling forever. Before it was real trendy, recycling paper, using extra paper for scrap paper, being real conscious to recycle the plastics, the cardboard, aluminum, everything we can. We even recycle old ladders. We have a scrap pile of aluminum we take down, I don't know, about 2-3 times a year. It gets actually a decent amount of money recycling that stuff. They do have weather stripping in all the doors, new weather stripping. That's highly important to get a good seal on the door, so you're not letting unnecessary air heat out and then cold in. So they do that, at least they have new weather stripping on the doors. They installed a new thermostat in the office area to make sure, you know, it was programmed so the last employee who left didn't have to make sure and turn the thermostat down. It's set, you know, where it's at like 59 when no one's there, and then when people come in the morning, you know, it goes up to 68. If that's too cold on a cold day, you know, turn it up 70, 72. But when no one's there, it goes down to where the bare minimum. They also stopped using some of their lighting because the shop and warehouse area have a lot of lighting. They use fluorescent lighting, but they don't use all of them now. They just use, they realized there's way too many lights in that area after they bought the building. Like, we don't need all these, we'll just, you know, disconnect some and just use the ones there needed. These are some concepts, though, that we should highly consider in my green plan for Hall Painting Inc. Some LED lighting. If we ever do change light fixtures, you know, let's replace them to LED. Be fairly inexpensive. We can hook them up ourselves. If the heater or furnace ever goes out, we need to make sure and get an Energy Star rated heater. I'm pretty sure you can get a tax credit back for that. At least they used to offer that incentive. A lot of our other products at the shop are Energy Star rated, like the computers and other products. It's also on, they're not left on all night, they're on time, you know, save power. Another thing I can't stress more, you know, green label paint. We got to use all strictly green label paint. Try and get rid of using the oils and the thinners, varnishes. Switch to waterborne varnishes and would be better. Recycling old paint, we need to, we do that now to sum up, but we need to get better on a system of, you can take all your old paint and mix it together, and you know, we've donated it before to like drama clubs for high schools, or you can donate it to the housing will take it sometimes to use it, or we could even use that old paint as a primer, as a prime coat, and then, you know, the top coat over that. Another thing that's huge is water usage. We use a lot of water for cleaning our tools, our airlesses, brushes, rollers. We need to put a time limit, a reasonable time limit for our employees to follow. Maybe have incentives, like, you know, if we notice our water bill's going down X amount number of months, like, you know, we'll take them to lunch, something like that, something simple, maybe a nice dinner. Another thing is we're still debating on doing is moving the office into the warehouse, because we have plenty of room in the warehouse area. The office is an old 1948 building with 4-pane glass windows, wood, just kind of horrible. At first we thought of tearing it down, but it's like, we don't really need to tear it down. We could just leave it there standing and just move our area into the warehouse and save on a whole other set of utilities, plus being green at the same time. Well, I hope you enjoyed my presentation. I enjoyed taking your class. It was a lot of work, but a lot of fun. Have a good one. Bye.